Hello everyone, I am noidoof and welcome to Deep Dreams. Now, what is Deep Dreams? You probably guessed by the title, but it is an Yume Nikki Fangame that is made by one of the developers who is also making Matuki, which is really nice in its own way. Dream! Oh gosh, that's loud for me. Gosh, the music is quiet, but the sound effects are really loud. Like, really loud. So, who are we playing as? Mariana? We're a deep sleeper as well. 385 HP, 37 mana, I believe that would be called. Altars. Okay, so that's the name of effects. Skills. We only have one set of... Yeah, that is really loud. Like, the sound effects, in contrast to the music, is really loud. Instructions. I don't even get time to read it. Like, surely that's something which the player can control. I don't know. Anyway. Okay, System Sterling, System Kaleidoscope, System Abrian, System Spider Lily. They must be wallpapers then, it must be. And this is our save point. Lovely. I like the isometric layout of the room, 30 by 60 I think it's called. Like, where you only draw 30 degrees and 60 degrees, but then again, that could just be 45 degrees, and I'm just being very silly. But yeah, when you hear, like, the in-game sound effects and just, like, the general sound effects, there's a big contrast between the two of them. Who's in there? Is anybody hiding there? No? Okay, well, I'll leave it open then. We've only got one at the moment, so... BGM credits. Eric Mateas, soundimage.org, Peaceful Mind, Whimsical Popsicle. It's nice to know these things just in case if one gets a copyright strike, which I hope I don't. Like that's always something to be worried about when you're a content creator, is the stuff that's within the game copyright written. But now we are within an alternate version of our room where we don't even have a bed in this bedroom. And this area is cordoned off by a lovely, lovely traffic pylon. Traffic cone. Got 3 different worlds. This is really pretty. In like an abandoned nature sort of way. You can tell it's abandoned because there's moss growing on the roof. This must be... This is quite different from a normal experience. This reminds me of Ultraviolet in a way, where things are a lot more linear rather than just explore endlessly until you've had enough. This is something which I kind of like, actually. I just put lip balm on my lips and just somehow it really makes my mouth muscles feel very different. I don't know why. I've got dry lips at the moment and it's really annoying. So what have we got around here? What we have is somewhere which is abandoned. Also, there's boarded up doors. Oh, vending machine. Not enough money for purchase. How do you get money? Well, I think there's only one way to find that out, and that is by finding a weapon and finding an NPC which is not hostile, and then eliminating them. Or there are NPCs which look docile, but when you strike them, then they become hostile. You know what I mean. So we've got a boarded up door there. Nothing here. I like this kind of non-linear... Actually, it's a linear layout. I say non-linear is the other version where you just wander around aimlessly. This is linear in a way, which is something which I like. There's not enough Yume Nikki Fangames which have a linear feel to it, a linear layout to it. I thought it was on the roof there, but no. That is just me exploring around these realms. There's a window there. Oh, this is lovely. Got a lamp up there. I don't know why, but I thought I could have climbed down to that room there, like where those vines are. Then there are these lanterns. There's another vending machine which we cannot do anything with. There's 2 vending machines in such a short amount of space. Wonder why that is. They got different things in machines, probably. Maybe not. Probably just got exactly the same content in them. Nothing over there. Well, there is something over there, but we can't access it from here. Okay. So what do we do from here then? Do we keep wandering around in this endless abyss until we find something? Oh wait, hold on. Let's go further south here. Let's check out these lockers. No, we can't check out the lockers. What about this room here? We've got ourselves a bit of a maze here. It's not like one of those labyrinths that you see in other games, but it is quite close to it. It still has the same feel as a labyrinth does, where you wander around aimlessly until you find the right door, which then has an event or an effect laying in wait for you. But then again, events and effects can also have pre-requirements, so that you would need certain events to be triggered or effects to be gathered before you can actually get to them, because they're hidden within an area. Like, let's say, if you need to be a smaller character because there's such a tiny space in order to fit in, then obviously you need to find an effect that will allow you to be smaller. Or an area which is completely dark, so therefore you need a light source to be able to go through that area. Everywhere looks the same, that's why I keep going through the same door over and over again. Do not mind me. Anywhere over there? Nope. Okay. Up on another kind of balcony. This place, though, is quite big in its own way. It feels bigger than it is because it's linear. Like, if you condense all of this down, there's another vending machine. If you condense all of this down into just one room, then it would not feel as big. But because it is linear and because there are barriers and obstacles, okay, so there are some plants there which go over the character, which shouldn't be a thing. I mean grass, sorry. If you condense all of this area down into one room and removed all the barriers, it would not feel anywhere near as big as it is. Just because of all the going about, which I like. I like a lot. I like a good search. But not when it's as big as Umatuki, I apologise. That game for me is just way too big to have fun on. Like, you can have fun in other games, but unless you've got like 18,000 hours to kill, then are you going to say that playing Umatuki is a great way to... I mean, obviously you can have fun on that game. I'm not saying that you can't, but it's just so big that you can't get all the items without spending 15 hours or so. And wait, we're back here. I feel like there should be something in there which we can get. What was I saying? I mean, you can have fun in Umatuki. I'm not saying you cannot have fun in it. But when a game is so big like that, it just really eradicates any kind of ability to find anything which will help you towards the ending of said game. So which is why if I ever made a tier list of different Yume Nikki games, then unfortunately, and this is going to be an unpopular opinion, but it would be within the bottom half of all of the games that I played. I feel like we need to get to that flower over there, but I don't know which room allows me to get there. We may need something else first before we can get there. So apologies to all of the Umatuki fans out there who really love Umatuki and for the character itself, which is Orasuki. I don't think I pronounced their name correctly. But then again, how do you pronounce Japanese names correctly? Like, I've given lots of different advice by people over the years on how to pronounce Japanese names, but then another Japanese name comes up and it completely throws me out the window. I have no idea where I need to go in here. I need to get to that pink flower, but I don't know the means of being able to go over there. I think we're somewhere new, but don't quote me on it. But there's more floor space to roam around in, so it could be a new space. I think it is definitely a new space which we're in now. Somewhere which we haven't been before, which is nice. Although it might just be this part of the floor which I've not been on yet. I don't know why, but I thought that was a door there. Like it was a one-tile door. Anything up this way? Through this door over here? No, we've already been here. We've already been here. I've just yet to go down onto the ground floor, that's all. Oh, yucks. Hello, we haven't been through here yet. And, oh, this is definitely someplace new. There's lots of moss growing around here. And, okay, they got the correct layer configuration there, where the moss/grass is below the character rather than partially below, then partially above when it comes to layering. If you work in software like Photoshop, you know what I mean by layer, so that you've got layer 1, layer 2 and layer 3. Layer 1 in some cases is moss, then sometimes level 2 is the entire character, then layer 3 is the top of a moss. And that should not be how it is. Oh hello, we got to a hotel, hello. Do I need to make a reservation in order to stay, or can I just go through this door? Oh god, no. Oh, one of these scenarios. Was this also in taking inspiration of Ultraviolet or any other Yume Nikki Fangame with this kind of scenario where there's so many different layers to it and the background is literally just a stretched out representation of the entire map. But this hotel is varied in colours and different styles as well. So what on earth is going on around these parts of the hood? We don't know. We have no idea. What's behind wardrobe number 1? Not applicable because we can't interact with it. Chair there, table there. Are there ghosts sitting there? Look, because they look empty doesn't mean that they are empty. Even something that's empty has potential, you know. Could potentially be filled up by stuff, like ghosts, for example. But this, to me, this particular Yume Nikki Fangame is not morbid like the original game, or Dot Flow, or... Gosh... What's another... I've forgotten its name now. It's a Yume Nikki Fangame which the developers taken down because of personal reasons. I forgot that. Oh, Lucid Dream, there we go. LCD Dem. That was another morbid kind of one. But this one is a light-hearted one like Ultraviolet. And you know, with these kind of games, I do also like the lighter themed, but the lighter themed themes that are going on here. More groovy. What is in here? Oh. Hi there. Do we need to put something in you? Because you look like you need something. Portrait. Can't interact with anything. Just gonna say that out loud. No wait, that's wrong. That's actually false because we interacted with the wardrobes in the start of the game. Oh, this place only has 2 connecting points and they're both on the west side. Oh hi. Oh, are you an enemy NPC? Are you enemy? You must be enemy because you're trying to get to me. But you don't know how to get around that table and chair, do you now? I best be on my merry way. I don't want to mess with them. They might be here for me. For whatever I've done to them. Which is nothing, by the way. I've done nothing to them. Oh. Okay, just when I said that this game was more light-hearted, it's now turned a little bit on on the spoopy side. Hello. A jukebox. I will leave a jukebox alone. Oh, a door. Is this the same door? Okay, so we've encountered our first infinite world right here, ladies and gentlemen. Our first world where no matter how many times we go the same way, we will see the same thing over and over again. Is there only a jukebox here? We've not encountered any effects so far, which is quite surprising. Like, we're probably about 17 minutes in, and nothing so far. Not one thing. Maybe I'm just not interacting with all of the squares, or tiles, I mean. But there's only a jukebox in there, and probably because we don't have anything with us to be able to put in the jukebox, therefore the jukebox will not play. Oh, hi. I hope you're having a lovely day. I need to get past you. But you want me, don't you? Could you just come this way, please? I need to manipulate you. There we go. That's what I wanted. Oh, you're gonna still follow me? I'm not sure about your movement pattern. And where did you originally spawn from? Because it's nice knowing where an enemy is, but if you know where they spawn from, then you can truly know which way they came from. I feel like there's something important where we came from, just simply because there was an enemy there, therefore they were trying to prevent us from going where it is that we need to go. This deep sleeper is exploring a lot. Nothing here. Like, also in Ultraviolet, that was also another game where I got easily lost because of the amount of things that you can try and interact with. Okay, this door. Oh, we got ourselves another room here, and we got ourselves a mirror. Oh, hello. What do we have here? We have ourselves a room. Are we on like some alternative plane now? Oh, hi. Gonna keep knocking until you do something? Nope. Not working out. Something. No, it seems like there's nothing that we can do while we're here, so we're gonna need to go back through the mirror. I feel like there should have been something there, but I don't have the right feed on me to be able to present to whatever that figure was. Can I go to bed? Oh, I can't. This is an Yume Nikki game. There's a bed there which I can't go in. That's blasphemy. I'm just kidding. I would never knock points down just simply because there isn't anywhere in which we can go and sleep. I mean, it's not like this is a game where you can pet a dog or anything, but you don't have the option of petting the dog. I mean, you would get points knocked off of that. If you have a dog in your game and you can't pet it, that's automatically a 0 out of 10 for me. You get what I'm saying? If you can't pet the kitten or the dog. So if you can't pet the cat or the dog, or the kitten or the puppy, then yeah. Or any of the above, really. Hi there. Hope you have an absolutely wonderful day, dear enemy NPC. So we've explored through this world so far. There are no effects, unless I'm incredibly silly and not discovered any of them. Or there just simply aren't any. This looks like, I don't know, like Hollywood or something, where everything is just so colourful, nonsensical, and just there because it's there, really. That's why we vote for best and the worst description of Hollywood that has ever been put onto the face of any kind of media format. We're on a train? Well, this is a subway, so I'm probably not too far from the truth. Is Hollywood near a subway? How long do I need to wait here before we go to our next destination? We can't sit down anywheres. Are we going to be at our destination at some point? Oh, we're now in a more village environment rather than in the city. Okay, we can't go on the tracks, that's fine in itself. So, what are we doing around here then? Is there something which we can read? Nope. That is not where one can read. How dare there be a thing where we cannot read with this, whatever this may be? Let's see what we've got around here then. Let's go through this double door, but beforehand, let's just check everywhere just to see. Is there an effect which I can acquire? No effects, but still enjoying our time here. And that's the most important thing when it comes to games, is enjoying ourselves. Hi, do you have an effect which I can have? I am struggling for an effect. Going through the mirror is not an event. That is a game mechanic which you need to go from one place to another. And it does so in such a short amount of time. So you can't really call that an event. Well, actually, whoa. That was a bit of lag right there. Although in this game, effects are called altars. Like, would it altars be at an actual altar which you can collect? Unless it's just the word altar, which means you can alterate your appearance. Go through this one then. And we somehow ended up at the back of the building. So it must be at some sort of station. But it is in the villages because this all looks like wheat fields. Got a really calming vibe to it, but it's also quite unnerving in its own way. Because it's very quiet. It's not busy like the subway, but then again, in its own way, that's also scary because of how loud it could be. I can't go over there. Before we go down through there, I just want to check the west side of this room, just in case. Just in case there might be anything. It's got a nice vibe to this game so far. It reminds me of Ultraviolet a lot, which I really like, because that's one of my favourite Yume Nikki Fangames. Where the pathing is more linear than it just is non-linear. There's beauty to both ways. One has more of a free feel to it, whilst this feels like you're going on an actual trek, an adventure. You can see where you're going rather than just walking through endless amount of space. We're in a church now. But unlike the factory place, this place seems to be well kept. Although there are papers around here. Who has been around here to drop those papers off? I shouldn't put a question on everything, but I like to do that. Like, what is this here? Who put these plants here? The placement of everything in these games has a very simple explanation behind it. The one who put them here is the developer of the game. So if you wonder why something is the way it is in a game, just say because the developer put it in the game. And that, folks, is all you need to know. The deep mystery behind it. Fan theories of deep dreams. Why is it called Deep Dreams? Because we're in a dream and it's very deep in its own way. Can we interact with this guy who literally just looks like a cloak? A cloak with sticks. Right. Oh, that's a puddle we can walk across. It's the equivalent to a puddle. Can we get something at least? Can we get at least one altar within this episode? Oh my gosh, the sound effect is loud. In comparison to the music, it is loud. Like, that's one thing that I could say that could be an improvement to this game, is just to make the sound effects and the music kind of still make it so that the sound effects are louder than the actual music of the game, but not so that it's just so blasting in your ears. What do we have in this corner of the church? Seems to be a lot of rooms with nothing in them, but maybe there is something in them, but we just don't have the effect with us. So the alterations. What alterations? I can't seem to find any alterations. These alterations are non-existent. There's only one form, and that is with Mariana. So what's going down, Mariana? Oh, hello. Hi. I can't interact with any of these people. Surely they would be happy to have some visitors here, like Mariana. I prefer names which are not Japanese. I can actually pronounce them most of the time. People say that Japanese is very easy to learn in comparison to other languages. For me, personally, with my own difficulties of learning stuff, any new language is just, what the hell? What is this? This is lovely, but my... Ah, so if we go back this way, then this is a different world. Very nice indeed. So what have we got around these parts? Some trees. Looks like a golden floor. Then near the wheat fields again. So yeah, that was a gate we went through, and it changes out the map layout, which is lovely. I like going through different scenarios, and then it has a consequence to the action that you take, which is going through that tile. And the consequence of going through that means that we go into another world of its own. A different version of that world. Right. Still haven't found any effects. But what I usually love to find first is the effect that allows you to travel faster. So if anybody's played this game before me and has any ideas of where an effect might be, then just let me know any kind of way. If it's either in the YouTube comments or a status on Twitter, a message on Discord. Not by email though, that's a no-go. If somebody wants to promote their own Yume Nikki Fangame, that is perfectly acceptable. Recommendations of games, so let's say a friend's game, but no. Oh, get altar glassy. We've finally got our first altar. Let's see, become my normal self again, and then lights my way in dark areas. Lovely. So that means lights. When I thought of lights my way, I thought this was a item which allows us to go into areas which we couldn't do so before because it's too dark. But this is definitely light, but without the S, because it's not a projection light, it's a weight sort of light. So you're lighter than what you were. So but when we go, maybe it only works for a certain amount of time. Because when we was in the menu and trying to walk, then... Oh, okay, it's an activatable thing. So press shift to run, press shift again to just go at normal speed. Hey! Hold on. Is it meant to be how it is? The umbrella? So I was just testing something. That should be fine. Maybe it's just me griping at so many little things. I was just looking at the umbrella, that was all, and seeing if the angle of the dangle was okay on it when you spun around the character, depending on which way they're looking. So if you're going up or left, then the umbrella is on the right hand, or points towards the right side of the screen, but if you're going any of the other directions, then it's the left side. Which is cool. I like it when not just the character changes, but also any items that are holding. Hey, that's a walking lantern. The direction of the items that they're holding also changes. Because that can be a common mistake amongst developers and artists, where they change the character's direction, but anything they're holding, like an umbrella, that remains the same, which is a no-go. So I think that's the only thing which we can get here. So, is it... Okay, so it's not nice, so what we have to do is to wake up through the skills tree. So... Oh, hold on. Wait, hold on. We could have done that all this time. We could have been able to run all this time, but yeah, I didn't know. Like, okay, let's just look at the instructions. Hold on. Okay, it was there, but I couldn't acknowledge it because it went by so quickly. So you could have ran all this time. My goodness sakes. If only the instructions did not transpire by like that, then we would be able to do that. Okay. I'm happy, but also I am sad. But also, why are we in the same... Why are we here again? Okay, let's go up the ladder this time. Let's see which way this world goes to. Okay, so this reminds me of the pink world from Yume Nikki, which is lovely. I like that pink sea area. Which I would think this area is taking inspiration from. Man, I'm so worked up from that. Like, if only I knew beforehand. But the instructions went by so quickly that you wouldn't be able to read all of it in time before it fades away. But then again, the other trick would be is to just look at the instructions again and read the rest of it, in which you couldn't the first time. But still, man, that needs to be a triggerable thing where the player decides when they've finished reading it rather than being a time-based thing. Oh, there's a castle over here. There's a castle up there. Let's go in the castle. Hello. You must be a clown of sorts. With the amount of colours you have on you. Maybe I'm just being too harsh. Just enjoy the game for what it is. Stop looking at her pink and purple hair. Their pink and purple hair. I think they're okay. Let's see, what have we got? That didn't even make any sense there. Let's see what we have. That also didn't make any sense. My bad. Oh, there's another castle. How do we get there? Ah, there's different floors which we can go through. Hello. You can be interacted with. Okay. So what are you saying again? I understand. Yes. I shall also play any other Yume Nikki Fangame which I come across. Oh. This in its own way is trippy and like glass. Yeah, it's definitely like glass. So we can run fast, and by default, we can light the way. Light the way through any darkness. Let's see. Nothing over there. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The aesthetics in this music just feel very bouncy, if that's even the right word to describe it as. Hey, what do you mean we can't go? We need an effect that allows us to go through water to see where all those places go. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You're not giving me the cone treatment again, game. How dare you? This is 0.01 version of Deep Dreams, and how dare you do that to me? How dare you show me more cones? I've had enough of these cones. It makes me feel like those areas are still under construction. What if you could go behind them and the worlds are actually finished? I'm just kidding. I'm exaggerating. That area is definitely under construction. And when the 0.02 or whichever version of the game comes up in the future which allows you to go to that area is there, then I would then return to this. But I don't think I'm going to be returning to this game for a part 2 until there is a more coherent way of finding effects. Because so far it looks like there are only 3 worlds, despite the... Well, one of the things that was stated about this game was that there's 3 new worlds, even though there's only 3 worlds in which you can access from the Nexus. But then again, you do access worlds in these games by going through worlds in the first place, so you can only go to a certain world until you actually have gone through a previous world. But I think like there's many areas in which I have not yet gone to, but because of how much of a labyrinth this game is in itself, then it actually makes it more difficult to find certain worlds in a linear game than in a game which isn't linear, because of the constraints of the linearization of a linear game. What I mean by that is, if a game is not linear, then the chances of you encountering a new area, in my perspective, is of a higher... Oh, hello. I'll go to you now. Is of a higher chance than a game like this, because sometimes there's only one way in which you can go to a certain place. I can't interact with you. Oh, the only living thing in here, and we can't interact with it. We can't even pet it. Right, this game is definitely a 2 out of 10. I'm just kidding. Can I interact with... How can we not interact with this unicorn mermaid hybrid? It's not even a unicorn. It's definitely a mermaid. I don't know why I thought the unicorn, just simply because it was pink. And unicorns are generally pink, and mermaids are generally green. You ever played Mermaid Swamp? You know what I mean. Have you ever looked at a mermaid on a picture? Not a real life picture, but just like... You know what I mean. A picture from a book or a picture from the internet which someone made. No, I'm really liking my time here. It's just the fact that I haven't found much. Is that where I originally came from? Because if that's not, then I would like to go there, please. Please, with sugar on top. I think we can. And... Oh, I've already been here. Well then, what do I do from here? Like, what do I do from here? Like, I'm sure there's somewhere else we can go from there. Or maybe there's somewhere else within this pink sea which we can go to. Another castle of sorts. But so far, it feels like an infinite world. Otherworldly. Worldly. That's a castle we've already been to, so are there any others like this one which we can go to? If not, then there's gonna be something shared about all of this and all that and whatnot, and how could you do this to me because I... Oh, hello, there's a sinkhole there. We're going down into... I didn't know that was where we started. Well, at least we now know we can actually run. Shall we go re-exploring again from this pothole world? Like, are we even going to find anything new? I don't think so. So, to me, this is simultaneously a short game at the moment, but also a very long game because of the amount of avenues. Like, I don't think there's any weapons that we can pick up or anything like that, or maybe there is, but I just have not found a way yet. I need to get to that flower. How does one get to that flower? Unconfirmed as to whether or not this is the 0.00 version or the 0.01 version of the game, but I'm looking at the Fangame wiki at the moment, and there are 7 altars which you can collect, question mark. We've only got one of them so far, but the wiki does not have a walkthrough like other games do in order to help players out to be able to actually get those altars. And we haven't found any extremely dark areas yet, and we haven't found any other tiles in which we can actually interact with to be able to get those effects for. I'm not too sure. I really am not sure, but I'll continue searching around just to see. I would like to get to that pink flower because that could give us an effect of sorts, or altar, sorry. But it's just a matter of finding the area that is correct in order to get there. Like, there are many areas throughout this place which I've gone through already, but I'm sure there's 1 or 2 entrances which I've not yet gone through. But it's just a matter of finding them, which is the most important thing to do. Like, I originally thought it might be in one of these areas, but as we find out as we go through the game, sometimes you actually go through the same door over and over again. Like, you probably think you'll be able to go through these doors which have been boarded off, but no, not so far. Hey, we got to the yes, we got Verdant. We got the Verdant ability, which is lets me attract other like, okay, but like, what? Okay, so I've just thought of something. If the normal effect button is the one which we need to push down in order to sprint or just walk, then what is the command which allows us to be able to apply our effects from? That's not clarified. Okay, so I'm very happy about that. I'm really happy about getting something else. Put Glassy on again, just to be, yeah, safe, because that's just brightened up now. Okay, here's another area. So this is a gigantic insect of sorts. So you say attract other people. So what would be the command in order to use our effects? Altars, I mean. Unless they're just passive and therefore they just apply automatically, but I highly doubt that. Like, I'm pretty sure I've gone through most areas of this game at this point in time, which is available at the time of this recording. But I'm not too sure. Oh, the lighting didn't change because I put on the glassy effect, but it just changed because we was nearer that entrance / exit. What do you guys think? I think there are other mysteries in here, and obviously there are 5 other altars which you can collect at this point in time, but it's just a matter of finding them within these worlds, which I'm unable to do at this point in time. So, part 2 of Deep Dreams will be coming out when there is an update to the game itself, and therefore more worlds are opened out for the player to explore. I'm not too sure how many worlds which are in this game, but I'm pretty sure I've gone through all of them, which are available at this point in time. But thank you all so much for watching, guys, and see you all in the next time of Deep Dreams when an update comes out, or If there is other worlds which I've not gone through yet, and therefore I can actually go through them again in order to get to those worlds, then please put it down in the comments section below as to like which worlds I need to go through again in order to get the items which I am missing, because there are 5 which I'm missing, but it doesn't feel like there's any more availability to the game at this point in time. Thank you all so much for watching, guys, and take care of yourselves.